India and the UAE on Friday signed a free trade agreement to give a fillip to bilateral trade and economic ties. The agreement, dubbed as the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, was signed and exchanged by Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal. The trade agreement was signed during a virtual summit held by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Briefing media after the signing of the pact, Goyal said this is a comprehensive and balanced trade agreement. It opens up huge business opportunities for both sides. The agreement will help in doubling our bilateral trade, Goyal said. PM Modi told West Asian nation's de facto ruler, Sheikh Mohammed, that India would invite investments on vits varying sectors, including hospitals, industry, logistics, etc., and particularly in Jammu and Kashmir. An official release stated that the agreement will provide significant benefits to Indian and UAE businesses, including enhanced market access and reduced tariffs. It is expected that the CEPA will lead to increase in bilateral trade from the current $60 billion to $100 billion in the next 5 years. In September last year, India and the United Arab Emirates formally launched negotiations for the trade agreement. The agreement to boost bilateral trade is expected to be implemented within 60 days. The agreement entails enhanced market access and reduced tariffs. It is expected that the CEPA will lead to an increase in bilateral trade from the current $60 billion to $100 billion in the next 5 years. The pact covers areas including goods, services, rules of origin, customs, procedures, government procurement, intellectual property rights, and e-commerce. Under such agreements, two trading partners reduce or eliminate customs duties on the maximum number of goods traded between them. Besides, they also liberalize norms to enhance trade in services and boost investments. The agreement is expected to come into effect in the next 60 days, while the bilateral goods and merchandise trade is expected to increase to $100 billion in the next 5 years, Goyal said. Bilateral trade between India and the UAE stood at $43.3 billion in 2020-21. Exports were worth $16.7 billion and imports aggregated at $26.7 billion in 2020 and 21. The two-way commerce stood at $59.11 billion in 2019-20. The UAE is considered to be a gateway to Africa and other parts of the world. News Desk, Kaumudy Global.